Hi, and welcome back to Ukraine, the dark and light. Firstly, an update on the recent dam strike. Russia struck the Pechenihy Dam in the Kharkiv region, halting all traffic across it, according to local head Oleksandr Husarov. In September 2022, as a result of shelling by Russian troops, the upper lock of the Pechenihy Dam was already destroyed. At the front line, border guards from Ukraine's Steel Border Unit struck a hidden Russian tank in the Kursk direction. A Vampire drone team later destroyed a shelter, while FPV drone operators hit an antenna, an ammo depot, and 2 more fortified positions. A Ukrainian MIG-29MU1 struck a Russian staging area in the eastern direction using French AASM-250 HAMMER precision bombs. The site was targeted ahead of expected assault operations. In Kostiantynivka, a man leaving his brother's funeral killed by a Russian drone was himself struck by an FPV drone. He suffered a broken leg and shrapnel wounds. Fighters from the Predator Brigade heard the blast and his cries, rushed in, gave first aid, and evacuated him. He's now in hospital. Another example of Russia's war on civilians. In Russia, Putin's spokesman Peskov praised recent changes to the U.S. national security strategy, claiming they align with Russia's views. He called it a potential basis for constructive work on a Ukraine settlement. This says it all. Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade FATM UAV unit hit a Russian military vehicle carrying infantry on the Lyman front. They also hit several dugouts and firing positions. Now even further news on the Russian Shadow Fleet. The tanker Kairos, damaged by a Ukrainian naval drone, is now off Bulgaria's coast. Bulgarian authorities say a Turkish tug towed the burning vessel into their waters and then left it. Rough seas on December 6th prevented boarding. The 10 crew members are reportedly safe with enough food and water for several days. Now something pretty disgusting. Russian propagandist Armen Gasparian openly called for the mass killing of Ukrainians, saying there's nothing wrong if some Halia dies in Chernihiv. He described strikes on the Dnipro left bank as a cleansing and claimed civilians deserve it. In the US, Donald Trump Jr. suggested his father might walk away from Ukraine if no peace deal is reached, citing corruption in Kiev and calling Zelensky a borderline deity created by the left. Speaking at the Doha Forum, Trump Jr. said unpredictability is his father's strength and warned that Ukraine shouldn't count on unconditional U.S. support. Delusional idiot. Zelensky confirmed that Umarov and Genernatov are en route to Europe from the U.S., where they've been engaged in back-channel peace talks. He expects a full briefing, especially on what the Americans conveyed from their Moscow contacts and which negotiation points the U.S. is now willing to adjust. Zelensky also noted his recent call with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner was constructive but difficult. Key follow-up meetings are planned in London and Brussels. Trump says he's disappointed Zelensky still hasn't read the proposed peace plan, claiming his team likes it, but he hasn't looked at it yet. Trump added that Russia is basically on board, though he noted, Russia would probably prefer to take the whole country. Whether Zelensky will accept the terms, Trump says, remains unclear. A Russian Su-34 crew died after the ejection system unexpectedly activated, while the aircraft was parked in a shelter, according to Russian aviation-affiliated Channel fighter bomber. Both the pilot and navigator sustained fatal injuries. A state commission is investigating the incident. And back to the peace talks. Negotiations have reached an impasse over territorial issues, according to the U.S. Russia and Ukraine have different positions on Donbas, Zelensky said in an interview with Bloomberg. Other parts of the American peace plan still need to be discussed, especially security and territorial issues. So far, the parties have not agreed on the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Ukraine needs a separate agreement on security guarantees from Western partners, primarily from the U.S. Zelensky. Today in the UK. Meetings and coordination talks are planned with our European partners. We are joining our efforts to end this war with a decent peace for Ukraine. Security must be guaranteed. Thanks for listening to Ukraine, the Dark and Light. Please like, subscribe, and share.